So we're gonna do a podcast. We've tried a lot of different things. So
why are you gonna do it? Why?
Well, let me just intro and then we'll talk about it. That's the first question.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask questions.
I really want to know why though.
To ourselves, and we're gonna answer them. But yeah, this is our podcast. I'm gonna just post it on Young with Kids. I just figured we talk so much, we argue a lot, we like dive into random stuff. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's not funny, sometimes it's like, oh, it's good stuff. We share it with our friends, we share it with people, random people ask us, what do you think about...
Doesn't it just feel so prideful to have a podcast though?
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so that's our intro. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, ask that other question. What was the other question?
Why?
Why? There we go. So I was thinking about this. It feels prideful for me to like make Instagram posts, updates about our life. This is what we're up to. Look at us. Look at all the great things. A podcast feels like I don't really care like if anybody's listening or like watching it, but I know. So like even on SoundCloud. So I have my my thoughts. I talk to myself all the time. I'm like probably could be diagnosed with something. I talk to the camera to myself.
You know, oh man, you go on your phone, I look at your Google Photos, and I'm like, oh, I want to see if he has any awesome pictures that he's taken. And then all I find is just a bunch of videos of you talking to yourself.
Talking to myself, yeah.
And I'm like, you don't take any pictures. Is that narcissism? Is that a...
I think I found someone who finally understands me, so I just like going and talking to that person. No, so what I was getting at... No, so for a bit I was throwing them up on my...
Okay, but honestly, who is that?
Me.
Oh, okay.
I talk to myself.
Yeah, so narcissism.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Understands me. Narcissism is...
What's the definition of narcissism?
I don't know, maybe. I feel like it's like to help me become a better person. I'm not like externalizing that.
No, I know,
and
you're not pushing everybody else.
Right.
I mean, now you are.
Yeah. So, isn't that what a podcast is for, though?
Yeah. Wait, what?
I don't know. So anyway, let me finish this story.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to get good at like letting each other finish stories.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard for me specifically because your stories just keep going. Oh man, but maybe people will enjoy them, so I'll just have to suffer through. No, I enjoy your stories.
I'm embarrassed by looking back at our
conversations.
No, looking back at our Patreon situation.
Right. We were trying to do something with it. And I was thinking about this today.
Okay.
When we were talking about the podcast, I was like, a podcast is a conversation. We're not going to try to make it like we're going to teach you how, like we did that camping, like how to camp with kids video. We're going to teach you how we figured it out, and you can too.
Here's the thing. I'm sorry.
I still have the story.
I know.
It's alright. It's good. It's good.
Here's the thing. When you watch podcasters podcast, they're sitting and they're just like, they're doing it confidently. They're not second guessing whether they should even have a podcast or not. And you watch
How many first episodes have you watched?
Oh, okay.
You're watching them a year, 2 years in.
Come on. Okay, whatever. So it's like if we just like act like, yeah, podcasts are great. You should be watching our podcast. Like,
or not. Don't watch our podcast.
No, I know. I'm just saying,
that's
like, how do you approach it mentally for yourself?
I think why it's easy to make podcasts and why people enjoy consuming them is the expectation for promotion isn't as like high as like creative content. And so we can do a podcast and it's like, hey, this is just supplementary to the rest of our life. So, we're going to keep it super low maintenance. We're not going to edit a ton. It's not something that we're like, this is a high investment for us. It almost ends up being like, therapy in a way. Like we can, share our heart.
Oh man, but then you have to like look back at that, that comment that you just made about podcasters. Like, you didn't watch their first episode. Like, what's their first episode?
Okay, so let me tell this story then.
Okay.
So I talk to myself all the time. I record myself. I have conversations with myself, and I like process stuff. So when I'm like going through stuff, I'll just turn on so today I was doing it. I was walking around by the bluff when I saw the snake in the water. I was distracted from my own conversation with myself.
Oh, you're killing me right now. You keep going.
We gotta take notes or something?
No.
Okay. Anyway, so a couple of years ago, I threw up a big list of these conversations with myself on SoundCloud. Are you listening to me?
I am.
It's
I am. No, I really am.
Anyway, this is not.
You didn't see a snake. Doesn't matter.
We have to like.
I know.
Get good at finishing. Let me finish.
I know. Yeah.
Okay. Where was I? So I talked to myself. No. So I threw up a number of these conversations I've had on my SoundCloud, and you can find them now if you want to. To all you listeners.
I know. Wait. So when do you upload those to SoundCloud?
I just like for a season, I just like threw a number of them up there.
Like all at the same time.
Yeah, like 8 of them.
Okay, and that's all that's on there. So
Yeah, or maybe 7 or 8. Anyway, so I never posted about it. I just threw them up there. I have some on like my YouTube channel as well, and then some on like they're everywhere.
Wait, what? On your YouTube channel?
Hidden. They're
you
unlisted.
have a YouTube channel?
They're unlisted. It's kind of Josiah. It's just my account.
Okay.
And then it's unlisted.
Jeez.
But if you go to it, you'll
The
just.
The secret life of my husband.
It's inside my head is where I live. So anyway, I put them up.
Isn't that a song? Inside my head, is 98 degrees. Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. I think I'm just really
Mind the
tired.
interruption. That was my idea for the name of this.
We should probably call it that until we figure out how to
we
not do
literally
that.
can't even finish.
But I want to hear.
Okay, I'm gonna look right at the camera. I'm just gonna finish the story.
I'm not gonna rap.
So I have 6 or 7 of these up there. Your cousin.
Yeah.
Posted music on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
And I went and liked it and commented from my account. The next time we hung out with him, he was like, "Hey."
He's gonna be the first one to watch this. I love you, Dr. D.
Dr. Dietrich, he's awesome. No, this was crazy. So I was thinking about this after he said it. It was kind of like he went and listened to all of them, and then he's like talking to me about stuff I said in them.
Yeah.
Like, that was cool when you were processing this. It's crazy to get to know you. And I was like, in that moment, I was like,
yeah.
Dietrich knows me better than
anybody.
Even you. Like,
no.
You've never listened to those
Joke.
conversations.
Oh,
so close.
my God.
Close second.
No.
Right?
Okay.
But the idea of it was, I don't
why
get
are my eyes watering?
Because
Okay.
you're sad that Dietrich says No, but really, there was this like, oh man, like you know me.
Yeah.
Better than anyone else. And I think that's what like the
hold
idea was.
Hold up. I think it's just the fact that he took the time to hear you out.
Yep.
That's like that's why you feel so close and like, no, you know me, man.
But it is a conversation, so
Yeah.
it's doesn't end there. Like, sweet, Dietrich knows me. Anyway, see you later, Dietrich. Like, there's an element of, and so like that weekend with your family.
Yeah.
I feel like he understood me, and there were moments in.
Right, D. Right.
Yeah. So anyway.
He's probably gonna watch this.
No, legit.
Yeah. No, I know.
And so I think that is like the true beauty of podcasts, and to me, why it doesn't feel like narcissism or like you gotta listen. It's like, hey, I'm just gonna like process. I do it anyway.
Yeah,
Me,
right.
I do it anyway. I think it's a good practice. And then especially like having Brecky Breck, there's not really any engagement or encouraged engagement with YouTube Kids content. And so this becomes an opportunity for us to just have conversations about kind of the behind the scenes, like, hey, this is a funny story, or here's what we're working on. It can kind of be an update to that, as well as kind of what we're doing as a family. And I don't know, we go on some fun adventures and stuff, and we've always enjoyed documenting them. This is, again, I think this is just a low barrier way of being able to tell those stories, have that conversation. We don't have to like carry a family or a camera around with us vlogging. We can simply just have this conversation.
Carry a family around.
Yeah, I hate carrying my family around. Anyway, you know what I mean? Yeah. So again, that like SoundCloud element was like, oh man. So if anyone does end up watching these and enjoys this conversation,
and the whole reason I'm doing it is because I know this is your love language, like talking and good conversation. So it's like I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Thanks.
I love you.
Yeah.
And I agree.
Like I'm not afraid to argue.
No, I know.
On this podcast, so because we do it in front of our friends.
Yeah,
and
that's a vulnerable thing. I just feel like there's so much like, yeah, it's a vulnerable thing. It's just like because like who I am becoming and who I want to be is like. Is vulnerable and is like peaceful and energetic and like all these things, and I'm not there yet, so it's a vulnerable thing to take someone along on the journey and have someone right there that just does not you just...
I don't care.
You'll just, shred it apart. You'll
like,
just...
if we get into something...
Yeah.
Or if, if there's conversation about something, I could care less who's watching.
Like, I can imagine us doing this, and then me fighting with you, being like, you have to delete that. Don't post that. And you're like, nope, it's going.
No, I wouldn't do that.
No,
I can't imagine a scenario where we would disagree about putting something out there.
Sure.
First of all, because I'm not imagining this being like a savior thing to anybody. Like, this has to make it out there. So if it bothers you that much, then I'm like, whatever, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, sure.
That being said, for the same reason, I would expect there wouldn't be too many things that we would continue recording and not want to put up there.
Right.
Right.
Sure.
So I think the net positive, there's a net positive with this type of conversation. So that being said, I do have more official microphones, and we can get like headphones and make it official if we want.
The fact that you're covering your mouth with your hand is not helping.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I have that other microphone downstairs that we can hold and plug in if you want.
That seems a little dramatic.
And we can do like
I'd rather just sit at a table with the microphone.
So that's what we should do. Is we'll put a space together, a desk. We have that desk already. So like,
I know.
We have all the stuff. All the lights. There's a lot of lights going on in this room right now.
But it doesn't even look like that.
It's just balanced.
It just looks kind of...
It's balanced light. It's kind of what I was going for, and that's why I shine off the whiteboard there, off the ceiling here. You got the pendant. It's good. All the sound panels.
Can we talk about tape for a second?
No.
Okay.
That's a conversation. So let's get to that. Okay. I think first what I want to do is, what the heck is going on with...
Why do you have to start with this? Why can't I ask you about tape? That's easier than what you're about to do.
Well, tape goes into all of that. Is that a joke? Like, tape is the crux
tape
of all
is
of this
room. Like, okay.
What is tape? So ask me about tape. I'm fine with that.
Okay, so do we want? Yeah, oh, there you go. See, look at that. This right here is tape. Okay, this is yellow tape. This is green tape. And we got lots of tape. Oh man, you actually do have a lot of tape.
Yeah, tapes.
You
tape
do.
Comes in handy. Let me tell you that.
You told me.
I know, look, it's just one line.
Yeah, but you told me
No, stop. One line, I'm caught up, and boom. I told you because it was like multiple wraps, since I had to.
I just don't know if I trust that. I mean, did you see a snake in the water, or? I'm kidding.
We have trust issues.
Ugh, yeah we do. No, we don't. Well, do we? I don't think we do.
Anyway, talk to me about tape. We'll get to the trust issues.
So tape. Let's talk about tape. This is
There's some tape right here.
This is a saying that we use because of a story. Share the story.
I was trying to prepare for a live stream, and I asked you for my help, and you're like, I want to help. How can I be helpful? And instead of helping,
I asked you for help.
No.
No, I know. You said
you asked me to help with it. You said, "Can I help you?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Sure. Can you do this one task?" And it was right. All I asked you was write on it.
You said you
said go write. I said go write with this Sharpie on the tape. I had already done it. I didn't ask you to do any of it. I said go write, like don't stand here or something. We were trying to like block off an area for a live stream.
Okay. So I get over to where he wants me to write it. There are 2 cones, a garbage can, a railing, and tape all around it.
We're doing a live stream for our BMX race.
Railing, and it's like thin tape like this, like really like cool design, you know? And it's like double tape wrapped around the cones, like the top of the cones. And there's just like tape everywhere, and it's like really like intricate, beautiful tape work. And he wants me to write on top. Yes.
Intricate and beautiful.
Well, it was thin pieces.
I mean, this is nice tape.
Rip. It's
nice tape. Sure. This is called gaffer's tape. I have green and yellow for Brecky Breck.
Okay.
And I'm like obsessed with gaffer's tape, first of all.
Obviously.
Because it goes, it sticks, it's nice, it's clean, it's a matte finish. Okay. So it looks good.
Yeah. So I am like, as I'm standing there, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, how does this not already scream, don't stand here? Like, there's literally tape everywhere.
What if it was like, stand here? Like someone didn't know, so they were like...
It was almost like there's so much going on, someone would walk over there just to stand there to look at what's going on.
And then if you wrote, don't stand here, then they would go, oh, got it.
No!
That's why I asked. It was simple as.
No!
Right,
I was just
don't
like,
stand there.
So as I'm standing there, I was like, I'm not going to write that. And it was all, like, thin stuff. Like, I'm not even going to
No.
Like, if you're standing,
I had a thick spot.
You're standing too close.
I purposely made I made a thicker spot just to write on.
So, okay.
Obviously, you were too distracted by.
So I like look at the situation. I'm like, I am not. No.
I'm not doing the one thing.
I was like, this is crazy. So I walk away. I come back and at the end of the night and I'm cleaning up. He asked me to go take down that camera because we have four cameras on.
You said, how can I help? And I said, if you want to help, you can help by. So I didn't say, hey, can you go do that?
No.
It was definitely like, I'm going to do it, but if you want to help, like that's something you can do.
So I'm over there and I take down the cameras, I roll up all the cables, I put it all away, I grab the cones, and I start taking off the yellow tape around the bottom, middle, the top, bottom, middle, and the top.
I'm sorry, that must have been really hard.
And then all over the things. And like they're orange cones and they already have anyway, so I was just like standing there and I was thinking, my husband, there was a couple things going through my mind. Number one, sometimes you get stressed out about all the things that you have to do, but like you spent who knows how much time doing that thing that was like, what a huge waste of time. Now you're stressed out about so much more. But the second thing that popped into my mind with that thought was, I could see that this was almost like a break from what else you had to do. And so you were using this as like a creative outlet. But meanwhile, we're like at a BMX track trying to live stream.
Not only creative or a break, not necessarily creative outlet. First of all, I love gaffer's tape. So anytime I get an excuse to use gaffer's tape.
I'm surprised this room isn't covered.
There, like I said, if you spend some time here, you'll start seeing gaffer's tape.
Oh yeah.
There's some gaffer's tape. Like it's
okay,
like here.
Okay.
Like, here's some more gaffer's tape.
I know, and it's you like trying to color coordinate.
Here's gaffer's tape.
Yellow.
Here's gaffer's tape. It's everywhere.
Okay, I get it.
So I love gaffer's tape.
Yes.
I don't. If anyone who's used.
You're not even...
Anybody who's used gaffer's tape knows how much
it's
gaffer's
just addicting. I get it.
That being said, it also is like I'm a multitasker. So when I'm taping, it is exactly what you said. It is a break, but it's like a break from having to actively think about what I'm doing, and now I'm planning. I'm thinking about other things.
You're
for
planning
this.
what you're gonna do next.
Yeah.
After you're
so
done doing this immaculate
this was our first like bigger event.
Sure.
I was pretty nervous about like people messing with that.
So you're just like.
So I said I'm gonna tape it here. I will admit I did get in over my head with the tape. What happened was I was like I need to block off.
You said when we got home from that whole thing, and I was like, first of all, I'm so like, was that vulnerable to let me go and take down all that? Like, was that like would you have just left it up?
The tape?
Yeah.
No.
No, okay. Because I was thinking about if
I didn't think anything
of
it.
If our BMX director would have come over and had to take off that tape,
I didn't think
wonder what
so
he
here's
was
the deal.
thinking.
So then there's a practical reason as well, and this is what I told you too.
See, there's a difference too.
What?
I was thinking about how I instantly went to, what would this person think if they saw that my husband did all this?
I don't care about that.
And you don't care, right? I know you don't care. And that's the problem with who I am sometimes. It can be at our detriment of like, you know, our kids are well behaved because it's like, I'm like, hey, be someone that's pleasant to be around.
Yep.
And that's kind of how I parent.
Yep.
It's like I try to help our kids be likable to where other adults and other children want our kids to be around. And so I get, you know, like I just get overbearing and you can't.
Yeah, I think this is a great metaphor for a number of reasons. For exactly how you've been using it, like, hey, is this unnecessary tape? I think that's a great opportunity for me to recognize, like, hey, I'm probably doing more than I need to here. Like these lights, like I knew that, and I made that comment about like I'm doing my tape, right? I'm doing the tape or whatever. So this has become a metaphor. Additionally, I think there's another angle, and this is a learning opportunity potentially for you to know. You may perceive it to be something very simple in your mind, but there are a number of other factors that played into that. I was incredibly nervous about people messing with the camera in that position. It was that hand.
No, I know.
And I was thinking about a lot of other things. I was stressed out about getting set up, and so it was just like, it was that break, and I think I just like started taping, and I was like thinking about other stuff, and they're like, that's a lot of tape. And then what happened was like I had tape like ripped down the side, but I had it like a few rolls down, and I wanted.
I had to line up. I get it.
So I had to use that other side just to get it back.
Like, someone is gonna watch this and be like, "Oh my gosh, that's me too," you know, and it's gonna be great.
The funny
and they're
part,
gonna feel heard, and they're gonna feel seen. And I want you to know is like, I looked at that, I was like half at mad, and half like, oh wow, my husband like.
I'm like slowly getting tape on.
I know, like it's great. How much is that? It's expensive. See, that's okay.
I thought it was like I never get to use it. That's the problem.
Oh. Okay.
So we've had that for Brecky Breck for, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years now.
Yeah, sure.
And I haven't even used one roll.
Sure. Anyway, so I just feel like I want to look at the tape scenarios in your life and go, okay, how can I support him in this taping? Because this is something he emotionally needs right now.
Grab a roll. Let's tape it up.
No. Or how do I challenge the taping and be like, hey, are you stressed out? Like, how can I...
Yeah, exactly. That's the two perspectives that I get.
Yes,
exactly.
So, here's the other part, though. Is like, well, it doesn't matter.
I think the beauty
of... my workout, what I'm talked about, that is taping, like...
Oof, yeah. And you're really disciplined, and, like, you don't need all this flashy
No. I'm just saying... No, I was just saying, like...
You just, like, shove it down. No time for breaks. Just get right to... it being as efficient as possible, right?
No, I'm just talking about like you get so tunnel vision. They're the type of people that get so tunnel vision on doing something. Yeah. You get so tunnel vision on doing something that you're like, I don't care about the aesthetic of right now. Don't waste my time. So all of our workout equipment is in our bedroom right now.
Yeah.
And our bed was out on our deck because we like to sleep outside.
I wanted to actually just talk about that. So like, let's bookmark sleeping outside.
Okay. And so we moved our bed back inside though, and my workout equipment he just pushed to the walls. Okay. So now our bed, it's a tiny room. Our bed's in there. Now we've got weights over here and a bench on the other side of the bed, and then my dresser and all this. And I'm like, I don't want to move my weight set out of the room, so I'm just going to work out in here. And so I'm like, I work out on the side of the bed, and then I go over to, and I'm like,
not the master
I'll do
bedroom.
it later.
We moved all the kids in the master. So this is like the smallest. Well, no, this is the smallest room.
But yeah.
That's the second smallest.
So I'm just like, I'll move it all later, but I do need to get my workout in. So just focus on working out, sweating around the sides of the bed. I dripped a couple drops onto our bed. You know, it's like whatever. Yeah. And so, but there again, it's that tunnel vision of like, this has to be done. I don't care if it's like, oh, it's up in my space. Just get it done and be done with it.
That's tough.
No, I'm just saying, but that's the problem too. Like that is an example of a problem because I get so tunnel vision that I'll neglect our kids or I'll neglect you.
Where you are the opposite of each other.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
You would have been walking to the room if I said, hey, like work out with me, you'd have been like, oh, whoa. We need to come up with a new system. I need to put the weights over here.
I would actually never work out. I would just keep coming up with systems. And that's what I do.
Okay.
Like I get to something else. I'm like, I like creating systems and then
hand it over.
Or hand it over.
Yeah.
Like if I don't have anyone to hand it to, then I just either put it over there.
There we
or
go.
Then I break it
we
down.
know someone that'll watch this and be like, absolutely, that's...
No, okay. I want to like put a period on this and then we can move on. After... so we did this live stream, so I set up for this live stream. I was stressed out about it and getting it set up. I get this tape set up. You end up not writing something on it, which is fine. So let me finish.
Okay,
I'm like ending this.
Yeah.
Like, not that you can't say something, but I don't mind moving on.
For not writing what you wanted.
It's okay. It turned into a beautiful thing. We have a conversation for our first podcast. So. So what ended up happening was hilarious. What was like the first thing that happened before we even started the stream? You remember?
A kid touched it.
A kid was messing with the camera. So like immediately before we started the stream.
Was that?
There was something. The camera started moving. We hadn't even started or anything, and this is after I taped everything, after everything's up, and then all of a sudden we're looking at the camera. Why is the camera moving? Look over. There's a kid just like messing
and they
with
were like, we thought it'd be fun, but
Yeah.
they're 2 fingers in
Yeah.
front.
Anyway,
Please.
so you needed more tape, obviously.
Maybe for you to write.
Or
Don't
write
touch it.
something. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, your fault. So it would have worked.
I feel like, you know how kids
I
are
was
like,
about to
don't tell
say-
me not to do it, otherwise I'm gonna do it. That's what I...
Or he was like, look at all this tape. This
it
looks
looked
great.
beautiful. It was just like, woo.
You know what's funny is that's so true because
I
it
literally
was
thought
pretty
that.
incognito on the other side.
Yeah.
The only reason
I
is
felt like it highlighted the
once
fact that, okay, that...
once it got busy, people were leaning there, and
But
later.
it's so low down
it
over
did
the
help.
fence.
It did help.
It's literally a tiny camera mounted on the other side of a sponsor banner. So it's like you can't even see the camera.
We'll figure it out. I think we'll figure out a way to like do this efficiently. You'll be happy. I'll be happy. The people watching the live stream will be happy. Like we'll figure it out. I'm confident of that. So, but I think there's been someone messing with the camera every time we've streamed there so far. So we haven't figured it out. And that was with tape, without tape. You know, we haven't tried yet.
Did you mess with it last week?
Tape and writing on it. So we'll have to try that next time. I got more tape. So anyway, we can move on. Like I'm done without tape. Like,
Okay.
and I'm playing with it too much. So. So I was gonna ask you. I wanted to talk about sleeping outside
Oh yeah.
and how that was for you. So so where have we been sleeping all summer?
Okay.
So where have we been sleeping?
So on the side of our dining room, we have a small deck that does not have a staircase going down. It's just a deck on the side of our dining room, like a patio deck. And it's on the second floor of our house. So it's pretty high. And so we moved our bed and mattress frame out there with a nightstand and everything on a TV
on the piano bench.
on the piano. Well, that comes and goes.
We had a tarp.
We had a tarp over, so we slept like 5.
All right.
Okay, so we have our bed and our frame out on this deck, and
I had a flashlight out there.
you got a flashlight. We got a nightstand. We slept like 5 nights out there. Then it started to drizzle
We had a
one
bag
night.
of topsoil in the corner. What was
Yeah,
that
it was
for?
potting soil because I was repotting our plants.
Okay. Well, it's in
which
our
doesn't
bedroom for this
I'm
summer.
killing all our
So
plants, by the way.
Anyways,
so we
we'll
were
talk
out
about
there.
that. We'll add that to the list. We'll talk about how
I can't keep plants alive.
I use too much tape and you can't.
You
keep
know why I
plants.
can't keep plants alive? I didn't realize Briar's also watering the plants, so we're over watering the plants. Because I was like, hey, I thought this was my job, and then Briar's like, I watered the plants yesterday, and I was like, we're only supposed to water.
I'm sure
them.
there's more we can unpack there.
Okay.
There's a deeper metaphor there. We could definitely get into.
Okay. So our bed's out on the deck.
With
we're
the
loving
with
it.
the topsoil.
With a bag of topsoil in
Yeah.
the corner, whatever. And then we put a tarp over the side of it, and this big blue tarp just drapes down the side of our house, dangling to the abyss.
It's the backside.
Doesn't
just our
matter.
neighbors
Our
on.
neighbors has to watch it, see it, whatever. It doesn't really matter.
Barely. Like.
Anyways.
There's like a window.
So it's amazing because I personally slept so good out there.
For sure.
So we put it out there after his birthday, June 13th. We did it like June 15th or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we literally slept outside until
September.
last week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Nice. And we slept inside.
July, August.
And Eugene.
We slept inside in an Airbnb, and I
Twice.
did not sleep very well that night.
I felt stuffy.
And I haven't been able to sleep very well in our bed right now.
I haven't been sleeping. I've just been staying up all night, avoiding it.
Taping stuff?
I mean, yeah. That's the, okay. Real
Let's
quick.
talk
With
about
the
what
tape.
you were doing last night
With the
your
tape.
bikes till 3 a.m.
That's
Is that
like
tape?
Fixing my no.
Okay.
That's not a
You're
joke.
switching.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, this is what I was about to say. Like back to taping for a second. What
I thought we were
you
done,
could you
period.
could classify anything as taping. Like what is necessary? What's the point of all this? You know?
Sure.
It's like
No,
I could
I
do
know.
the bare
I
minimum,
know.
and
If you're
anything above the bare
Yeah,
minimum,
absolutely.
that's taping. That's taping. It's like no, I'm trying to do a good job.
Okay.
Come on, am I taping when I plan a really good trip for us and like
Well,
have it scheduled
but-
out
okay.
and like you appreciate all that? But if you would have saw the process, you would be like, what is this wasting time? But when you're the recipient of all of that time invested, without having to be a part of the taping,
Okay.
you're like, wow, like you
Wow,
said,
yeah,
that was
but-
beautiful and intricate. Like that's when you're not a part of it, all you see is the beautiful and intricate.
Okay,
when you're
but-
part of it, you're like, this could be
Okay,
done
but
differently.
here again though, like that is different because that is for the betterment or the benefit of another person. That's like love, you know? But when you're taping and like just kind of like wasting time and you have all this other stress, then
No,
that's different.
see, this
don't you
is
think?
again. There's R&D. You know what R&D stands for?
R&D.
Yeah. It's a business term.
Hold on. I know this.
Yeah, you'll get there.
R&D.
Breck's a business owner in training. Like I'm handing more duties.
Hey.
That's another conversation. Let's start there.
Yeah.
That's next.
I'm not quitting smoking. I'm not a smoker. You know that. I don't smoke at all. But that's another.
Yeah.
So like I am a businesswoman. You know.
In training.
No.
Yeah, you can say woman. I'm gonna say you're quitting. You're working on quitting.
Quitting?
Smoking.
Oh.
I was like referring back to.
Yeah, but it's all about how you mentally accept it.
How
I mentally accept it.
I'm not in charge of how you mentally accept it.
So you're telling me that like the person closest to me gets to like say whatever they want, and I have to keep up my filter wall constantly and make sure that it's cleaned out and washed out and put back up, and it doesn't get too dirty. Like I can't challenge you and be like, "Hey, please don't refer to me." Yeah, we are.
But you're right. I can. There's a balance.
Yeah,
but I can make you tough stronger. I can. That's in training. In training, you put them in situations to where they have to figure out how to make the right decision.
Beat them over the head with perfectionism and systems.
Okay,
and
so
I'm like,
so R&D.
Don't know what it means.
Research and development.
Research and development. See, I would have got there.
So there's
R&D. I thought you said N-D.
No, and
R&D.
Yeah,
I was
R&D.
like rewind, noise, deficits.
Yeah, well, close. So research and development. I think like I've been thinking about this because you say you've been spending too much time on YouTube, and I think there's a line there somewhere.
Tape. Do you tape on YouTube?
Yes, I tape everything. I'm realizing I don't even know what kind of tape that is.
I'm not like yeah.
I'm like seeing more tape.
No, you just threw that piece of tape. That's the yellow tape upside down. It doesn't matter.
Okay, I was like, that's not yellow. So where'd that
go? Okay.
There's tape everywhere.
I feel like this is not gonna make sense to anybody.
We need to stop the tape. Anyway, so research and development. I think there's like you're talking about like this wasted time, or when it's not going into making somebody's specific experience better. What refines the human mind? It's like time. Like when I watch something, a show, I don't veg out. Like I'm always like even all the YouTubers I watch, they're not even. It's not even content I even like.
Right.
Like
you're literally picking apart their editing, their like.
I'm fascinated by their communication. Is really what it comes down to. So I watch YouTubers and their journeys, and I end up falling in love with them, and like we'll turn around and watch their podcast because I'm like, wow, this is a fascinating person. I'm not interested in.
So many people in the world.
I'm not interested in like jacked up 4x4 like Whistling Diesel. I watch him like almost all of his videos. It doesn't. That doesn't resonate with me, but I'm really fascinated by his journey, by his communication, how he uses, his hate and lets them feel him. I'm not saying I want to be like that as much as I'm just fascinated. So that's an example of like if you just walk in on me watching Whistling Diesel and he's, launching a truck off a cliff and doing something crazy, you'd be like, what? Are you wasting your time doing this? You could be, you could name 100 things that could go in there.
I really could.
That being said, there is an element of like this is going somewhere, especially I think for the way that I watch stuff again. It's not vegging out. It's not like distract from the pain. There are things that like I do or times that like I spend distracting from. Well, not that I'm not distracting from like needing to do something else. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is it's not completely wasted. I think that does show up in other areas. So taping, for example, I don't think is completely unnecessary. I think it just may not be directly applied to the efficiency of the task at hand.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
So, anyway, sleeping outside.
Loved it. What else is there to say about it?
How do we get back on taping for that? We're going to stop talking about tape.
I don't even know.
You brought tape up. But in the beginning, I wasn't even planning on talking about the tape thing. So, we liked sleeping outside. It was nice. Mm-hmm.
First of all, I think sleeping outside, I felt like, I don't know, I felt so refreshed. Like I feel stuffy right now because I think I have a mild cold
sleeping outside.
Because I'm not sleeping outside and I'm breathing in all this dust.
It is a pretty dusty house.
Yeah, it is. But I just felt like first of all, hearing the birds. Some people were like, "Oh my gosh, if I were to wake up hearing all those birds chirping, I would die." But I was like, I loved it.
That was awesome, yeah.
Yeah, hearing the birds, like waking up. We didn't necessarily did you wake up with the sun?
The raccoons like yelling at each other. Yeah. The neighbor like a few blocks down the street having a very
difficult conversation.
Yeah.
So, all that to say though, like. That was only like 3 or 4 things that happened over the course of
the
that
whole time.
2.5 months.
Well, and the sun, like if we were still in bed when the sun hit, it was like we should have been up already.
Well, yeah, because our bed is on
got.
the other, like the sun rises on the other side of our house, so it would finally like once it's like
Not
casting a
completely
shadow on
over.
our
That
house.
sounds like we were getting out of bed till like noon. No, it was like 8:39. The sun would poke from like the corner and like start shining, and we'd have to like scooch down a little bit in the bed.
8:39, like that's you should get out of bed.
It's summer.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't every day.
No.
There was a few times
yeah.
when the sun would hit, and it would be like, it was a
I'm
reminder.
surprised. And our kids didn't like, they didn't open the door and like ask for anything. They were like just playing contently in the house most
You'd hear like
mornings.
the sliding glass door downstairs, and then like Maverick would be like zombie walking around
the yard.
back, yeah.
And I think it's because like even with us being outside already, our kids were like, oh yeah, we'll play outside, but that's like, anyways. The other thing too about being on the second floor is like there wasn't any bugs really. Like honestly, there were no like.
I had a few like bites.
Okay.
But
honestly,
but it was like I was kind of concerned, and then I didn't get any more, and then I was like.
I felt like I don't know if like bugs fly at a certain level, you know.
They can't get that high. It's the air's too hot.
I just wonder about that. Like, is there a level that bugs, you know, certain
They saw
types
a guard
of bugs?
cat. We have guard cat, Frankie.
So the
and they were
mosquitoes
like,
were like,
we got
yeah,
no, there were a lot of moths and like.
Yeah, I mean when the lights were on.
And we like would leave our door cracked all summer.
Oh yeah, we left the doors open
cat.
just so we could hear the kids and.
Well, the cat.
And the cat.
We
It's mostly the
screen.
cat, not the kids.
Well, we left the screen so it's the air would get in, but like the reason why we didn't shut the screen was because the cat would go back out and in with us. So we had a lot of moths. Like I'm still finding moths, and I'm like nervous about my clothes. Even I'm like patting through them and stuff to make sure there's not a moth eating my shirts.
Probably is. That's fine.
So yeah, we still outside, and we're inside now. So, how is what's going on with Brecky Breck? Why don't you just like let's pretend. Well, I just found your channel, Brecky Breck. It's like wow, this is such a channel. You know, what happens?
Sure.
Like, tell me about what's going on.
Oh yeah. So, Brecky Breck is.
You're not selling me on it.
No.
You're just telling me.
I'm just.
So
you're just my pal. Like. Yeah.
Like,
so I have.
You have a YouTube channel?
Oh yeah, I know. Isn't that cool?
Oh.
Yeah, it's like field trips for kids.
I knew some YouTubers, and I'm nervous now.
Yeah, I mean YouTube. Honestly, so like.
Sorry, I won't do that. Yeah, just start over. Yeah, sorry. Oh, you got a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I do, and it's for children, and it's like field trips for kids, so they get to learn about things that you don't normally get to see every day, and especially kids that don't live in the United States, they get to see a lot of things, awesome things in the United States. So it's pretty fun.
The United States is the best.
No, but I love the United States. Are you kidding me? Absolutely.
Okay.
Go America.
Oh.
You know? I mean, obviously, like, and I'm patriotic. I'm thankful that I get to live here.
That's
it's an honor and a blessing.
Slightly controversial,
I
honestly.
know, and that's okay.
Brecky Breck loves the United States. Did you know?
Stop. What are you doing?
I'll cut it out.
Okay. Anyways.
It's a political podcast all of a sudden.
I just feel like we're space.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyways.
Don't bring up politics ever again on this podcast. This is a
No, we just have to
tiptoe.
No,
because we're pretty radical.
Oh my god! Stop. Anyways, so like I think that it's really important that if we're going to have our kids spend any time watching screens, it should be beneficial content.
Yes. Cool.
That's informative, and that's what I'm trying to create.
Tell me what's going on with it. Like, so what you film videos?
Yeah.
You post it.
Yeah. So my cameraman, editor, businessman, the pretty much everything that I am not. I am literally only Brecky Breck and the talent.
This is not what I was getting at.
I know, but like he's growing weary. So I'm feeling out what I'm gonna do because we don't make any money, so I can't actually afford to pay anyone else to do this. So if
we
he
make
quits,
$0.
we make about $1,300 a month.
Wow.
Well, but I do cameos, and that makes us like $10 every cameo. So
that's like once a week. So.
That's like twice a week.
Okay, so we make
anywhere. And I sold a shirt last week for $12.
Nice. Don't factor in the cost of that shirt, and we're good.
Yeah.
And no.
Yeah, the shipping and stuff. It was like $5.
Not to mention, like we've been paying for the Squarespace website for the longest time, and like just the whatever. It doesn't matter. Here's the point.
Anyway, I can't afford everything that you are for Brecky Breck, and I'm getting to the point where I feel stressed out because I really do love making the content. It's really fun for me. It's really wholesome and joy-filled content, and so I want to continue creating it, but I have to like get you back excited about it just long enough to hold on until I can figure out another income stream.
Well, and this
to
is
where I
we've been talking about this.
afford to pay
Right.
somebody else to where you're not upset with me about having
I'm
to.
upset with you.
Well, you do get upset.
No, this is an ongoing conversation.
Have you been taping too much in our channel
let's
that now
let's
you're?
not try to do the tape thing again.
Okay.
That just gets overwhelming. There's too much tape. There's tape everywhere. Okay. No, I think.
I feel like there's something there to talk about though, but that's okay.
No, let me.
Another time.
I think you hear me getting upset,
Do you want me to be the driver?
and that's
Can we
what.
talk about the train analogy?
Yes, we got a lot of metaphors that we're bringing to the table.
Analogies.
Analogies, metaphors.
Uh,
Tomato, tomato. I mean, one's applicable to a situation, and then one is
like a gotcha.
one's
Yes.
like a story form, and one's
Yes.
simply just a comparison.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I think. Anyways, for sure.
I don't know.
So.
You were homeschooled. I didn't finish college. You have a degree. I don't know. There's something there. I think we're kind of smart.
I don't know why I'm forgetting. It doesn't matter. But like,
Wait,
so
what are you forgetting?
just the difference between a metaphor, like a metaphor and an analogy.
An analogy is a story.
Do we have to do this right
No,
now?
an analogy is like you're painting a picture. You're telling a story.
Sure.
Like
Okay.
here's an analogy for you. It's an
Here's
example.
like a hypothetical.
It's a story.
kind of.
It's an example.
Sure.
A metaphor is like it is a comparison, but it's like here's something and it's
So we're gonna
it's a lot
pull
like
up
this.
the definition at the bottom of this podcast just so that
Beep,
people
beep,
can.
beep, beep, beep. I'm gonna cut this all out, honestly. This is
Sure,
fine.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So he came up with we're in a train and he's down in the engine room shoveling the coal to keep this Brecky Breck train going.
Yeah. Let me.
And I'm
You
up with
said
the
that.
steering wheel.
You said that. let me explain it.
Okay.
Let me explain how we discovered
Trains
this.
don't have steering wheels.
Yeah, no, we'll get there. So I said, I feel like I need you to figure out how to run this engine.
Yeah.
Like I'm running the engine, you don't know how to do any of this stuff down here in the engine room. And I said that, and then that's what got this like whole machine. There's a machine, and then you're up there just kind of waving at people while I'm like running the engine, and I'm saying, hey, you should come look at the engine and like see what's going on. You're like, no, look, everyone loves it, just keep going. And then you came up with it. It's like a train, but you have a steering wheel, so you think you're driving, but you're not really like going anywhere.
At all.
It's just like, is it going or is it not?
You're like, where are we going? And I'm like, I don't know. Just keep posting.
They're excited
videos.
though. Like there's some people excited.
Just
It's
keep
like, are we getting more fuel? You're like, I don't know. Maybe there's a lot over there. No, the
Oh my gosh.
track's gonna go close
No
enough
sponsors,
to this.
no like merch sales, no Instagram interaction, no shout outs, like nothing.
Just purely
just pure
smiling and driving. Just the two of us, back and forth.
Oh, Frick, it's the worst.
So
that
anyway, it's
is
great.
so
It's been
sad.
fun.
I need to blow my nose.
I think now.
Okay,
In your water?
just water.
So no, it's been fun. I think now though.
It's been fun.
It has been.
I know. Oh, no, I know it has.
I'm
but
just now getting
like
the
that
point.
analogy.
I don't need to like
Metaphor.
be
That was an
done.
analogy. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need to be done in the engine room as much as I want to like.
You
Work
wanna,
together.
You wanna like.
I want to work together to make sure we're going somewhere.
Yeah.
And like if I don't feel like we're going anywhere, then I'm like, why am I sitting here like you're just telling me, oh no, we're definitely going somewhere, but all you're doing is saying, do we have momentum or not?
Right.
And it's like there's not, and that's where like we've been working on.
Sure,
it.
And you know, so he pulls out his big old whiteboard here, and he's like, let's go through what's in the engine room, like through Brecky Breck, like tell me all the things. And I literally listed everything. Like it's like I have never been a mechanic and I don't know how to touch it, but I could tell you all the parts of the machine and the engine. Like, yeah, I know that all these things exist.
You did
Do
all
I
of it?
know how to do it? Absolutely not. I'm saying like literally I was the one spurring you like we have to have.
You'd get the general topic, and then I would tell you this happens, this happens.
No, I was telling you.
I'm gonna turn this whiteboard around because it's still on.
Oh, is it still on there?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's so perfect. Yeah. Okay, well, now our lighting's all thrown off.
No.
Oh, you're just turning it around. Oh.
I'm not putting it on like we can read it.
Okay, so plan song, plan episode, call, schedule, coordinate, shoot prep, charge cameras, get kids ready, babysitter, take the kids along, drive to the set. Okay, walk through film structure with guest, cameras ready, test mics, film, capture footage, vocals, film dump, offload footage, share files with editor, yourself, edits, revisions, thumbnail design, export, full video clips, social
We've
song,
had
music
a few
video.
editors over the years.
Yes,
I don't want
thank
that
you.
to be confusing.
Yes, no, and I know, and
Awesome
they are
editors.
amazing. They're
And
incredible.
if I could
We
pay
just
them a
couldn't
lot
afford
more
them.
constantly, then that would be great.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this joke got me always doing that. I haven't done all the editing all the time. I've done a lot of them, but
we have some. We've had two.
Right now, I'm doing the editing, so I am sharing the files with myself.
Thumbnail design, export full video, clips, social, song, music video, publish details, descriptions, dates, time, song, vocals, record, send to Blake, finalize, send it off to our what's that guy? What's it called? Producer. To a producer, a song music producer.
Fiverr producer.
A Fiverr producer.
Fiverr producer would just clarify.
For $90, so that's
not,
kind of expensive.
It's not.
I mean, that's cheap. That's super cheap.
That's
It's super cheap. But I'm saying like another expense is what I'm talking about.
Well, yes.
Final
Going from
edit with
nothing
song
to
and music
something.
video, upload and publish. So like that's everything that you have to go through. So like I get that.
Yeah.
Do I know how to do over half of it? Absolutely.
Or even like start.
Don't know how to work Photoshop. Don't know how to.
You don't even know how to like log into my computer.
I can log into your computer. I did it earlier.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think that you would,
Do I know how to find anything once I'm logged in? Absolutely not.
like open a Premiere file for.
Yeah, I could find Premiere, the app there, you know?
Yeah.
I could open it and
You could edit on
figure it out. I have edited on iMovie before.
I told Breck, I said this would be a great experiment. You take a GoPro.
We don't need to do this. This is taping right here. What you're doing is taping. Let's just talk about the GoPro.
You take the GoPro that normally goes right here. I got it up there. I was using it as a webcam.
To talk to yourself?
No, I do work. Like I do work that makes
You want
money.
to put this back where it goes, just to
It's not
streamline?
really it's just with all my hard
Oh,
drives
okay.
around,
Okay,
so.
I thought that was organized. It's not.
It's not.
See, this is what I like. I just like it.
You
Doesn't matter.
assume it's organized.
I just streamline. Doesn't matter.
You just give me all the stuff that you don't want to hold on to. You're like, let me. No, it doesn't matter. Anyway, where were you going with all this?
I was just
We're
saying,
talking about
like,
you driving the thing.
yeah, and it's just we're at the place now where it's like, okay, he's saying, Breck, I am down in the engine room shoveling coal with somebody up top that literally just doesn't have a goal or a plan. Like, where are we going? Like, you need to tell me that. And I'm like, just keep posting videos. And he's like, but what? Like, come on. Like, where are we going here? We need to have a business plan. And so I'm like,
a revision.
Anything. A vision. Oh, a vision. Okay. And I'm like,
I don't need it to be it's not that it's not business enough for me as much as it's like, hey, like what's the goal? What are we trying to accomplish here?
Sure, yeah. And so I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I love doing it. Like, I love like what we're offering, you know. And it's like, but at the same time, it's like I'm not the one staying up super late editing the videos. And by the way, killer editor. Thank you, babe, for being so good at it.
Alright, do I have to edit tonight for the music video?
No, you can just throw this music video on. Can't you just?
I didn't put fire truck stuff in there yet.
There's not a single fire truck in there. Yeah, there is.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
You're fine with the latest revision?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Great. It's fine.
Okay. Good enough.
Exactly. See, we don't have to tape it up. Just leave it as
It's
it
good
is.
enough. Just whatever. People don't care.
You can look at it. Let's watch it. It's only 2 minutes and 50 seconds
Anyway,
long.
we're posting a music video tomorrow. That's why.
Anyway, so all this to say, I am finally and here's the thing: you could be watching this and you could be like, why do you not do more? And it's like, also, I have 4 kids, and I want to be a stay-at-home mom. I homeschool.
Where are they?
They're asleep right now. Yeah. So I have 4 kids. We have 4 kids.
Oh.
And yeah, there are kids,
Yeah.
and I want to be a good mom. I want to take them on adventures. I want to hang out with our friends. I want to make sure that they feel fulfilled. Our kids feel fulfilled. So it's one of those things where it's like, I'm kind of like, hey, you're the one that's working, so throw this into your work mode. And
it's all. You just watch YouTube all day long anyway, so might as well make some YouTube.
Yeah.
videos.
So I think the tension that we have sometimes is that when I see that you're taping, I'm like, stop taping, and because then you're gonna get so exhausted that you're not gonna have time to work on the things that I feel are valuable to us.
When really, when I, and that's where the research and development comment came into play, because it's like there's an element of that that's making me better for these things. Like it plays out in
It
these other
does,
things.
yeah.
Like half of the reason why Brecky Breck is where it is today is because of all of that research and development.
But then there's also the execution and the drive to continue.
And that's where we need. No, exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's the beauty of when we are in harmony or working in tandem. I like the word tandem, and we're starting a business with tandem, and we'll talk about that later. But when we're working in tandem, I think that's the beauty. It's like we balance each other out. You can push the ball forward. I can develop and keep refining and making it better. And I think we get to points like here where we're it's kind of like blurry what the next step is. There's not a clear we've identified a common goal or vision, and so we're both kind of tugging more than we are contributing.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like I'm kind of like, well, I'm hesitant of moving in your direction because you're not showing me that you're paying attention to what I'm bringing up, and you're doing the opposite.
Well, and I get scared because I'm like, this is the other thing. It's like, I know that you love me and you want the desires of my heart. So if I come to you emotional and communicate, hey, this really matters to me, you will meet me there. But I am getting to the place where I'm scared. No, I haven't done that.
You do that. Yeah.
I'm saying I'm getting to the place now where I'm like, if I don't have a plan, he's gonna stop, and if he stops, then I'm gonna get frustrated and feel bitter. Now this was taken from me because I didn't do my homework,
Yeah.
And so you bought me a computer, super cute, little tiny MacBook Pro for $500. MacBook Air. And it's enough to check emails and do the things that I
quickly. You had a dinosaur computer.
Yeah, well, the dinosaur computer didn't let me open certain websites. If the website was created in 2012 and newer, I couldn't even look at the pictures on the website.
Yeah.
That's how it felt.
Yeah.
Anyway, so so I am feeling way more like a businesswoman right
you're
here.
set up
I am,
for success.
and I'm realizing.
You have a light. I hung a light above your desk.
I know, and the more I'm in here, I'm realizing you don't actually want to have
a desk mate.
A desk mate. Yeah.
I think it's just you
get annoyed.
I like taping.
Yeah,
and when you just sit here and watch me tape, it's like.
Well, and even I'm not even watching you. I'm doing my own thing, but you feel the eyes, oh, she's gonna watch.
I can't comfortably find my flow when I know that you don't understand my process a lot of times, and so I feel like you're.
Here's the thing, though. I do have to say, though, I do trust it because you have been our provider all the way up till now.
Yeah, sometimes that's not completely accurate.
We are happy.
We ride our highs
and
high, and we ride our lows low.
Yes. There's so much to be talked about right now.
That's why it's perfect. Even if no one ever sees this, it's just
this is long.
This is a documentary that we'll just watch before we die.
Yeah.
And go yep, that was our life. All right.
Whew.
Dead.
Anyways, it's been good. This has been a good conversation. I think that we could wrap it up here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Do
you feel, so we had some like contention a little bit before, leading up tonight. Do you feel like
you
this is...
smacked me in the face with a puffy marshmallow.
Oh, yes.
I'm
with
trying
a
to sit outside
you
by
gotta
the
finish
fire.
that. It sounds like I just
I
hit
said
you in
a
the
puffy
face.
marshmallow.
Yeah. No, okay. It was an accident.
A jumbo marshmallow.
Oh, this is perfect. I'm so glad you brought this up because this is...
You're like, we had some tension.
So funny.
It's like, I'm sitting outside by a fire trying to enjoy tacos and kombucha, and I get smacked in the side of the head by a giant jumbo marshmallow.
A nice fireside meal, tacos and kombucha.
Well, come on. It's just like, I want to relax.
No. I know, I'm not making fun of the fact that you wanted to relax.
Gone all day.
I'm just saying tacos and kombucha is not like typically a combination.
Yeah, okay. Well, I wasn't
let alone like
at
around
a
the
party.
fire, like you're roasting the kombucha over the fire or something. Yeah, so you bought these like jumbo.
That was all they had.
That was all they had. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. They're disgusting though. It tastes like I felt like laundry soap.
Okay, well you were throwing them at everyone, so it doesn't matter.
Because they're disgusting and they're just it's a big chunk of sugar. We had a bunch of them left over, so I just started throwing them for some reason.
You were
And so Miles and I were throwing them, and then Maverick jumped in, and so now it turns into this full-on fight with these big marshmallows in our yard. It's awesome because they're
up. Okay, when you hit me in the face though, it wasn't everybody.
It was everybody was doing it.
No.
Oh yeah.
It was just you at that point.
I was trying to get everybody into it by hitting them in the face, and it
just
worked.
hurt.
No.
Anyway, I got frustrated because I was just like, I can't
Miles
even relax.
So Miles was behind Breck.
Just like you're trying to relax it.
Kind of hard,
and
and
you're just like,
definitely smacked. It had loud smack sound to it.
It was so loud.
And
Our
then
kids were like, "Oh, Mom, I'm sorry." Miles instantly apologizes for you.
Yeah.
Mom,
I said sorry too. I did.
You did. Oh, I'm really sorry.
It was a marshmallow. Like
But until you got hit.
Yeah. No, I will admit, I got hit in the face by Maverick's throw, and that hurt.
And you're really strong and heavy,
I know, that's what I
and
was
so
getting
that
at.
was like quite the throw.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. So I'm sorry. If you haven't heard it, if right now is the first time you're hearing that, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate the apology.
Yeah.
Isn't there a scene in Dumb and Dumber where someone throws a snowball and then they like make a really like a harder snowball and pummel the girl in the face or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what it feels like. Is like, oh no, maybe it wasn't. I don't remember. But I was just thinking about that. Like you just like, you know how you like, if that's what it takes to throw it at you and get you into it, it's like
that's how I was getting at.
And then you just take the kid and shove their face in the snow and it's terrible.
Yeah, so like I have fun. Like you in the house and then we what like 20
I was
minutes?
just like, okay.
30 minutes.
I had
we
spent
ran
all
around the backyard
day
with
I had spent all day, just to clarify, with our kids having a great time at a wood boat festival.
You weren't
so like, I don't want you to be like, I suck. Like,
yeah.
That's how it feels.
I was in here just taping and watching YouTube. I wasn't doing anything with the family. Wasted day completely. So like, I had a lot of energy. I was ready to get out because I didn't work hard at all today.
Oh, okay. Well. There's some
and it's like
self-awareness. I appreciate that.
I was gonna say, take what you want from that.
You literally, I came home and said, "Did you have a productive day?"
I wasn't
You're like,
as productive as I wanted.
So you literally
I didn't
said all the things that you acted. I was like, wow.
I was like exaggerating it for effect, and you're like, "Yep, that's what I expected." Just about what I thought you did all day long. Anyway, that being said, we had a great marshmallow fight in the backyard for about 20 minutes. It was awesome. Greta cried. Maverick cried.
Are you serious?
And then
you did not tell me this.
But it was a little bit. Greta didn't cry for me.
They had a great time.
Maverick cried for me. But then it was funny because he got me back and then he was really into it. You know, so like take guns from Maverick. You know, get hit in the face and then get revenge. But like fun revenge, not like whatever you were talking about, like facing the snow revenge.
We got to talk about personality types next. Is what we need to do, because that would explain where we're at here. We don't need to do that, but anyways. Yeah.
I think this was a successful conversation.
It was great. Thank you for
let's say this was a conversation.
This was a conversation.
I feel like I've gotten more comfortable like over the course of this conversation with talking with this camera as a part of our in the group.
Yep. I love you, babe. Keep taping. I give you permission. Keep taping.
Huh.
You know?
Huh.
But let me challenge you sometimes when you tape, okay?
Always.
Okay.
Always. Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
always up for
And
a
just
challenge.
know that I see it. Like I see it,
You see the tape?
and I like.
Or you see the value of the tape?
I definitely see the tape because it's everywhere.
Yeah, but just like I just want you to know, like, don't, you know, like, so when I'm like, hey, are you overdoing it here?
Yes.
You can be like,
Yep, I am.
I am. You're right. Let me take a deep breath and recalibrate.
Or I can say,
I need this, babe. Just back off. Let me tape.
Or grab a roll.
Grab a roll. Tape with me.
Come on.
See.
Just write, don't stand here on the sign.
All right. Next time I'll just write it. And you might benefit. What are you doing right now?
I was gonna do some taping in.
Oh.
See, but now I had to say it out loud, so it's not fun. It's not cool. I'm just in. We have to say something. Anyway, this is a great conversation. Thanks for joining us, Dietrich. I don't know. I feel like we'll get more comfortable talking in front of the camera.
Yeah.
We just need to put it out there. The nice thing about a podcast, again, back to the first question of this conversation, why I think a podcast just has like little to zero expectations. And so it's like, yeah, let's just talk. Let's just see where it goes. If people start having like questions, like that'd be kind of fun. You know,
Yeah,
like
that'd be super
you
fun.
know, like what the heck do you do? You said you make up to $2,000. Where does that all go for Brecky Breck? You know, stuff like that. No, you don't answer it now. It's just secret. Don't be very secret.
To pay off all those shirts that you bought.
Pay for all this tape. Somebody's got to pay for the tape. Anyway, yeah. So thanks for joining us on this awfully long conversation.
How long was it?
I don't know.
know.
The camera kept shutting off. We gotta do some settings. Are you tired?
Yeah, it's past my bedtime, dude.
Oh, I'm just getting started.
Yeah, I know. But
Anyway.
you should wind down.
Okay. Well.